Hello learners, understanding alternative education is a topic which is taken from an optional course Alternative Education MES 048 of the program PG DEMA. In this session, I would like to start with the story of Radha. Radha was 11 years old. She belonged to a poor family in a village area. She was studying in a government school near her village. Her class teacher found her missing classes for most of the times. And whenever she was present in the class, she was not attentive. The class teacher felt that she has some learning disability. There was one evening school near her house which was helping children after school hours with homework and with revision of the work done in the day school. Day school teacher visited this evening school and requested the staff members to spend some more time with Radha and to find out why Radha was missing school so frequently and why was she not attentive in the classroom. After 6 months, day school teacher was informed that now Radha is attending classes in evening school regularly. Volunteers at evening school informed that Radha at home was helping her mother in cooking and enjoyed this work thoroughly. Therefore, the evening school volunteers started their program of complementing the day school's education by starting with what Radha knew and liked the most, that is cooking. From that, she learned about raw materials and then biology and chemistry and learned two languages also. She then started attending classes in the day school and enjoyed studying and learning new things. Later, Radha did very well in her school living examination. Therefore, if we make education child-centered, starting from what the child knows and is interested in, and at the pace which is preferred by the child, then every child will benefit. Alternative education, which we are discussing in this session, is a constantly evolving approach to learning. It makes the child the center and the focus of learning, using a variety of methods and strategies. Alternative education is a philosophy which makes an effort to fit the process of learning to the child's interests, inclinations, and abilities. Now, what is this education alternative to? Alternative education is another possibility, another choice. This is an alternative to rote learning. It does not treat children as empty vessels to be filled with knowledge. And this is also an alternative to preparing children to make it big in today's world using conventional yardsticks of success such as money, status, and getting a job. Which is the target group for alternative education? Who opts for alternative education? In other words, target group for alternative education or alternative schools include first the parents who desire the full expression of their child's natural talent, teachers who who may want to know if there are working environments which permit them to learn along with their students at a relaxed pace, students who wish to explore unstructured or loosely structured ways of learning, educators or researchers who may want to network with others who are engaged in exploring alternatives to the traditional school system. What are the features of alternative schools? First, the approach. Approach is individualized. This is more individualized than that of a traditional school. There is no one model, and so the approach of alternative schools is completely individualized. Respect is given to the student, parent, and teacher irrespective of socioeconomic status and abilities. Integration of children of mixed abilities, different socioeconomic groups, and sometimes even of mixed ages is a key element. Learning is more based on experiences, experiential learning, and interest based. It is encouraged rather than learning out of a textbook or from a class lecture. Disciplines are cross-linked so that the boundaries of knowledge are diffused and the child is able to see connections across various fields of learning. Class size is kept small. Typically, one teacher does not teach more than 25 to 30 students. As far as administration of an alternative school is concerned, it is more democratic and somewhat flexible. We find that the hierarchical structures are less prevalent in such schools, and these schools they experiment in rotating the responsibilities, arriving at major decisions through consensus, and taking collective ownership for the institution and what it stands for. Class structure is experimented with by permitting flexibility in the spread of ages or even interflow between different grades or standards for different subjects. When we come to the evaluation, we find that different alternative evaluation methods are explored in such schools, and there is a shift from conventional tests and examinations. Success rate in such schools is not measured by the performance of the students in competitions and other such external benchmarks. Their learning outcomes are a blend of measurable and immeasurable parameters. Now let me discuss an example of an alternative school, that is Anand Niketan at Sevagram. Anand Niketan is an alternative school which is situated in the Gandhi Ashram at Sevagram, which is 7 kilometers from Wardha. It draws its inspiration from Gandhiji's ideas on new education. It aims to bring about the holistic development of a child, that is head, heart and body. It also aims for the development of responsible citizenship, the development of intellect with compassion, humility and respect for all life forms and for Mother Earth is considered important in the school. It believes that education has a transformative role in society, a transformation towards fair and sustainable world. The overall objective is to get ready for life, and so the learning process must be integrated with everyday life. Teachers as well as students both perform manual tasks with the same excitement. Most of the learners they come from Sevagram and are first generation learners. The school started in July 2005. The teacher student ratio is 1 is to 15. Medium of instruction is Marathi. No comparison or ranking is done. Learning takes place at the individual level. Child learns many skills required for day-to-day life. Teachers as well as students take up the responsibility of cleaning the classrooms, playgrounds and the toilets. Children participate in weekly cooking activities and eat together. Children are encouraged to express themselves through various art forms, and the study of plant and animal life is done through gardening and caring for animals in the school's vicinity. These activities are integrated with other subjects. So we can finally say that alternative education is different from formal education system. It is more directed towards needs of the students. It is based to a large extent on the individual learners' interests and needs, and these interests and needs of students, they form the basis for use of different teaching and learning approaches. It also includes a large number of activities which are not included in the traditional system. A large variety of alternatives are available at elementary, secondary, and tertiary levels of education. Although alternative education has prescribed curriculum but is more flexible in its approach and does not follow restricted admission, curriculum, pace and speed of learning, along with examination driven learning process and formal classroom setting. Thank you very much for this session.